Hello, today we are watching Just How Good Was Ayrton Senna by Quattrocam.
As he is in Brazil, he's in my heart. He always has been. I've loved even though I never got to meet him. He's someone I aspire to be like.
One of the best who has ever done it in F1.
We'll hear always the stories about the legacy. Will always live.
Like the nice guy could also be the killer.
It's the biggest in history.
A legend.
When the conversation of the greatest racing driver of all time is discussed, a few names are always mentioned, but one name seems to stand out from the crowd. A driver known for not only his achievements on the track, but also the impact he made off it. You would be hard-pressed to find anybody today, racing enthusiast or not, who doesn't recognise the name Ayrton Senna. But just how good was he? Well, let's find out, because you're watching Quattrocam. My name's Alex, and this is Just How Good Was Ayrton Senna. Now, one of the biggest questions
I think the biggest names that I knew before I went down the rabbit hole was Schumi, Senna, Alonso, Hamilton, Raikkonen. Yeah, that's that.
marks over anybody given the moniker the greatest of all time is who they competed against. Often the argument weighing down many great sporting figures is how competitive a time did they exist in. Senna isn't one of these. You see, during his brief time in F1, Senna would race alongside some of the sport's best. Four-time drivers champion Alain Prost.
There is Ayrton Senna, and right behind him is Alain Prost.
Now, Prost is going to be very keen. Prost diving inside Senna.
Look at these cars. Don't you get the nostalgic feelings looking at them?
I'm sure is in tire trouble, and Alain Prost goes through.
It's Alain Prost, the world champion, winning in Mexico. Alain Prost.
Wait, they were standing on the track with a checkered flag? Eh?
Wins for Ferrari.
Three-time drivers champion Nelson Piquet.
Piquet, true.
To make contact with him. Senna, you see, moving to the right, making it hard, and Nelson's got round the outside of it. Oh! Big slide from Nelson and nearly contact. Tremendous stuff.
And F1 drivers and IndyCar champion Nigel Mansell.
With Alain Prost seemingly going to win it, and Mansell going round the outside.
Crazy overtake.
Up into second place.
Dude, crazy overtake.
He's regained that second place.
Absolutely brilliant manoeuvre by Mansell. Fantastically brave.
All of these drivers were in their prime years, all greats, at the very best of their game. But despite this, Senna would stand out as something very different. Now, if you look at the stats, they would suggest that Lewis Hamilton, Sebastian Vettel, Michael Schumacher, and one Manuel Fangio were all better than Senna. But if you actually ask racing drivers, including some of those mentioned above, they will all say one name.
I think Senna, I will put him in number one.
For me, Senna is number one.
For me, he was number one.
Let's go.
Ayrton Senna is number one.
For me, Ayrton Senna undoubtedly was the number one.
I would put him number one. You know, he was definitely the greatest driver.
If you ask me, I put Senna as well in number one.
And it's not just the
That is so crazy hearing it from Michael. You know, I think this is so crazy. Like, who would have thought that a ski accident will leave him in a vegetative state? This is so sad. Like, I feel so bad for the Schumacher family. And I mean, his son tried to race and you know, step up to his father's legacy, but yeah, we all know how that went, right? I think it's sad. Like, it would have been great to see the son like take the torch and walk with it, but at the same time, it is a nearly impossible legacy to live up to. So yeah.
drivers. The stats also support Senna as the master. If you take a look at pole positions won by drivers, Senna sits third, behind Lewis Hamilton and sandwiched between Michael Schumacher and Sebastian Vettel. But if you look a little closer, you'll see that nobody is anywhere near him when you consider the ratio of entries to pole positions. That is, of course, except the legendary drivers, Jim Clark and one Manuel Fangio, arguably two drivers who could...
That is so crazy to me. I will always repeat myself, I know, but seeing them driving these cars in this gear. He doesn't even look. His underarms are out in the open.
Arguably two drivers who could contest this crown against Senna and showcase just how far ahead of the pack they truly were. But to see Senna's prowess in action, we can look at qualifying for Monaco in 1988. Up against his teammate and future four-time champion Alain Prost, a Hall of Fame driver in his own right, Senna would lay down a time a whole 1.5 seconds faster than this four-time champion. And remember, this is prime Prost. He won 2 of his 4 championships in 86 and 89, just one season after this Monaco qualifier. And Senna would often drive the famous Monte Carlo streets one-handed, back when manual gearboxes still existed in Formula 1 cars.
Crazy.
Senna would often take corners at over 80 miles an hour.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Senna didn't just develop the speed, he always had it. In his rookie season in 1984, he would drive quite possibly the greatest drive of anyone ever. In an immense downpour of rain, the young rookie Senna would fly around the Monaco streets. As champion and champion crashed off the course, the young Senna would charge on, hunting down and shaving off second after second.
Also, let's go back quickly. This corner in Monaco, right? You were able to see, like, there's people standing here. There's no banners with sponsors whatsoever. You were able to see the sea, the ocean. And if you have in the back of your mind the picture of a few weeks ago, the Monaco GP, right? Where they had not only here, but also like on top of it, like another set of banners with more sponsors. So you weren't even able to see the sea, the ocean anymore. Isn't it crazy? Like to see this? I don't know. I feel like my mind is blown right now. Look at this. Like how on one side how big Formula 1 has become, and on the other side the beginning of all of this. I know this is really crazy to me. I don't know why. I find it very impressive. Like, am I crazy for this? Let me know, please. But I don't know.
Off second after second from future teammate and future 4-time champion Prost, who would eventually come to stop his car in the middle of the track and complain to stewards that it was just too wet to drive. And maybe it was too wet for any man to race in, but Senna was no man. This wet pace would become something Senna was known for. At Donington in 1993, in an inferior car to his rivals, Senna would carve his way through the pack, as if he was driving in the dry, whilst his competitors battled it out in the wet, driving as if he was in a different reality or dimension to those around him. This ruthless speed was only matched by Senna's ruthless racecraft, often putting both himself and the other drivers in a position for an accident.
Oh my goodness, I did not know that it was the Sonic Cup. What? This is so cool! Look, it's Sonic!
And letting his opponents decide their fate. A high-speed game of chicken that the
Dude, that's so cool! That's such a cool cup!
Brazilian master would win more often than not, showcasing his mental strength with high-level psychological warfare, beating drivers not only on the track, but in their minds. Once Senna had your number, the game was up. He knew what you would do before you could do it. He was, quite literally, 5 moves ahead of you, to demonstrate just how ruthless and cutthroat the Brazilian was. In 1990, the Japanese Grand Prix, Senna would win the championship if his former teammate and future 4-time champion Alain Prost failed to finish the race. So Senna did what only Senna could do. He ended Prost's race at the very first corner, because if Prost didn't win, Senna would.
Go!
Whoa!
Senna sprints away, but Alain Prost takes the lead. It's happened. Alain Prost has taken the advantage. Senna is trying to go through on the inside, and it's
Oh.
This is amazing. Senna goes off at the first corner.
And That's a very sad way for this year's very exciting World Championship to finish.
Notice the distinct lack of tyre smoke. Senna was playing chess, as his rivals played checkers. And I mean that quite literally. Senna would often play chess with master tactician Sir Frank Williams, developing his mind, not just his driving. Senna was built to win. Every fibre of his being was focused on
absolutely ruthless.
one thing: winning. Because if you cannot do what it takes to win, you will only ever come second.
By being a racing driver, you are under risk all the time. And by being a racing driver means you are racing with other people. And if you no longer go for a gap that exists, you're no longer a racing driver. Because we are competing to win. And the main motivation to all of us is to compete for a victory. You either commit
He is so right. He is actually so damn right.
yourself as a professional racing driver that is designed to win races, or you come second, or you
Yeah, it's your job to win races in the end of the day. It is. He is so right with this.
come third, or you come fifth. And I'm not designed to come third, fourth, or fifth. I race to win, as long as I feel is possible.
It wasn't just speed and ruthlessness that Senna had in his arsenal. He was
integrity and balls.
Also an expert tactician. Senna would sit down and discuss every aspect of the car and tracks to make sure that man and machine were as in sync as possible. Senna worked just as hard off the track as he did on it. In an era where racing drivers were like rock and roll stars, Senna remained focused and planted, proving hard work beats talent, and hard work with God-given talent is unstoppable. His race engineer, Pat Simmons, is one of few people who could see this firsthand. There was one area at Dallas where just about everyone hit the wall. He hit it there too. When he got back to the pits, he said, "I just cannot understand how I did that. I was taking it no differently than I had before. The wall must have moved." We thought, yeah, right, sure, the wall's moved. He was very insistent on this, so after the race, we went out and had a look. The wall had moved. It was concrete blocks, and someone had clipped it, moved it just a few millimeters. And I mean just a few millimeters.
But that's what it takes to crash or not crash. This is crazy.
He had been judging it that perfectly. Senna did all of this whilst driving what can only be described as a jet engine on wheels.
Wow.
The racing cars of the day had very little downforce, making them squirrely and nervous. Add in the 1,200 horsepower engines, a whole 200 horsepower more than modern cars, even with their electric assistance, and you can begin to understand just how much skill was required to keep these cars the right way up. But outside of all of this, Senna was also one of the most compassionate people ever walk the surface of the earth. He was deeply religious and believed in living life right in the eyes of God, even risking his own life to save the lives of others.
Friday morning was nice and sunny, but not for Eric Comas, who crashed heavily in the fast Blanchimont sweep before the pits.
Oh yeah, he goes out to help
Senna
him.
was the first to reach the scene of the crash, and he rushed to help the motionless
Yeah.
At Spa in 1992, Senna would stop his car and run down the track, dodging his fellow competitors' cars by inches, so he could check on the welfare of driver Eric Comas. When he reached the car, Comas was unconscious. Senna turned off his engine so to avoid a fire and stood there in the middle of the track, holding Comas's head upright to help protect his spine. He literally stood in the middle of a live racetrack to make sure somebody else was okay.
Wow. That's insane.
I didn't realize immediately that it probably saved my life, but then talking with the engineers and seeing the car, how the car was destroyed, and seeing the pictures and all the leaks of the cars, well, it's a day that.
And he lived to tell that story. Oh, this is beautiful.
Maybe without Ayrton I could not talk about today.
He often talked about starting a charitable foundation to help children back in his home country of Brazil. And this is what added to Senna's magnetism. On one hand, he would run drivers off the track, risking both their lives in the pursuit of the podium. And in the other, he would risk his own life to save that of another driver, sacrificing time and money To improve the lives of those less fortunate than his own, Senna even donated a reported $400 million to children's charities during his career.
That is crazy for in the 80s. You need to understand the economy was different. 400 million is a crazy amount.
A fact that was only known after his death because he wanted to avoid the publicity. Senna gave everything he had to those around him. In 1989, Senna and fellow driver Gerhard Berger would walk Imola to see what they could do to improve the course's safety. Stopping at Tamburello Corner, they climbed through a partition in the retaining wall to investigate the surroundings. Senna wanted to move the retaining wall back, but there was a river just behind it. He feared somebody would die in that spot. Returning in 1994, Senna would witness the death of Austrian driver Roland Ratzenberger in qualifying. This had a profound effect on Senna, who hid an Austrian flag in his car as a tribute he planned to unveil at the end of the next day's Grand Prix. A fact
this is hard to watch.
was aware of. Senna would never get to fly the flag for Ratzenberger. Whilst leading the race, Senna would go off at the corner he was stood on those 5 years previous. Senna was right about one thing. Somebody would die on that corner. The 1st of May 1994 is probably the most well-known date in F1 history. The world lost quite possibly its greatest driver, and most definitely its greatest son. Senna would continue to save lives after his death. Days of mourning were declared in Brazil, and over 3 million people lined the streets for his funeral procession. Such was the impact of his death. Safety was now front and centre. It had cost the sport possibly its greatest ever driver. Something that could not be allowed to happen again. And it is hard to find a word, if one even exists, when you think of all the drivers that have lost their lives needlessly. How it took the death of Senna and not
Literally needlessly. Like this, whenever this comes up, I get angry. Like, why did it have to take for them to die for, you know, improvements in safety and such?
of any of these other drivers to really make things change. So Senna was a different species. A driver not only of immense God-given talent, but also immense dedication to his craft. A win-at-all-costs attitude, but with compassion for his fellow drivers and humans. Senna was perhaps the perfect athlete, the perfect human being. So what do you think to the question of just how good was Senna? Where would you rank him amongst the greats? And is Senna the greatest of all time? What we can say for certain,
I would say absolutely the greatest of all time. Like this is, I'm sorry for all the Ferrari and Michael Schumacher fans. I know Senna, but I think Senna is the number one. Even when people say forever number one to Michael Schumacher, like Senna is like the father. You could argue Schumi might be the son of F1 and Senna the father of F1, I guess. Yeah, but I would say personally Senna number one.
Is that Senna was not just a once-in-a-generation talent. Senna was Senna. Nothing can compare. Nobody will be the next Senna. There is only one. There will be only one. Ayrton Senna. I'm not gonna lie. That was probably one of the hardest scripts I've had to write and read. Especially the last few paragraphs. I really hope I haven't got anything wrong, so please go easy on.
I mean, I also got super emotional. Like, who can blame you for this, right? Really cool video, Quattrocam. Really cool video.
I didn't intend to, and I have the utmost respect for everybody that I've mentioned in this video. They were truly the greatest drivers, driving at the greatest time in F1 history. And I look forward to making more videos on each and every one of them.
No, absolutely. I totally get it. Like, I got emotional as well, right? This shows that we are humans behind these YouTube channels. We have feelings, anyways, I don't want to go too deep into this, but absolutely no way you need to apologize for that. And I think I'm not the only one that thinks that way. Anyways, Quattrocam, really cool video. Thank you for making this tribute to Senna. I will link it in the description down below as well for everyone who wants to check out the original video. And thank you so much for watching this with me. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.